everybody. Hello, nobody. Hello, my daughters, because my daughters are sitting next to me and nobody else is watching. So, say what we're going to talk about. You don't see anything?
Not yet.
Oh boy. So, is this working? Hello,
Okay, fine.
hello. Well, what else am I going to do? There's nobody else on here. Well, I was thinking, what can we talk about on this live here?
What?
Oh, what? He's already making you mad. I'm already making my daughter mad. Daughter KK. Okay, so I was gonna tell you what I use to do for my on my door dashing. Oh hi, driver clinic. Yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing. Just like I'm looking at the screen and unlike not the camera. So I was gonna tell you about this. This is my GoPro here. It's got like a little magnet that I stick to my chest. That's why you hear clicking sometimes. Um, Whenever I'm walking or running or climbing some stairs, this thing makes a lot of noise. But it's very helpful. That way you can see you clip it to your chest there. And then let me see, I got my other thing here. Where's my other thing? And this is my necklace here. So this thing goes on my around my neck. That's what you see around my neck on my video sometimes. And then this clicks on there. See? And sometimes that's what makes that rattling sound on my videos. But that's what I use. That's why it looks like I'm always wearing a choker, but I'm not really wearing a choker. That's this little tip here. See the little tip? That little tip is what shows them. It's always choking me when I get all sweaty. You know what I'm saying? And then what else we got over here? Oh, this is the little bag that I keep my batteries in, my spare batteries, because the GoPro batteries don't last very long. These are the ones that we ordered um, as replacements, and this is the original GoPro one. So this one lasts longer than the replacement ones. I have two replacement ones, so that whenever the battery dies or they start to overheat, because it's so hot it overheats. What does that say? He don't change his own batteries. What does he know? What? I changed my batteries. There's a stupid heart in the way. How do we get rid of this heart? Oh, I think it's because different things are delayed. Like I've had it on my TV and they have it on my daughters have it on their phone, and it's delayed for different reasons. I don't know. Different devices plays it at different times. I'm guessing. Also, you might be you might be on the wrong stream on the wrong line thing because I don't know what I was doing and I made another one. So try a different one. Maybe that would help. Let's see what else we got. So that's pretty much it with the whole GoPro stuff. Oh yeah, this is a handy dandy battery sack bag. It just you just I keep it in my pocket. Oh, and I got this here. This cleans the GoPro screen so that the GoPro records really nice. See that? I should use it on my phone because my phone is really always has fingerprints on it. A lot of fingerprints. What's that? A drum? What is that? I don't know emojis. I'm an old guy. What is it? Is that a kind of spam? Are you saying my video? My daughter Cake is saying my videos are spam. And then we got this duck here. Why do we have this here? What is this? What's this? Yours? Yours? This is like the duckies that people have on their Jeeps. You know what I'm saying? They put on they have like their whole dash filled with we got it. Oh, that's right. We got it at Cake's college. It was a brain or was it mental health week. Oh, that's where I got my bracelet too. See? But it's not green anymore. But anyway, it looks like the little ducks that Jeep people have, and they say, "Oh, you only know only Jeep people know," or something. It's a Jeep thing. That's what they say. Okay, what else we got? Well, one of the most important things that I have on my desk here, so you know, is this right here, this Vicks Vapor Rub. I'm not sponsored by Vicks Vapor Rub. My daughter's told me to tell you that I'm not sponsored by anybody. But Vicks Vapor Rub is good for a lot. It's good for a lot of things. Um, So whenever you go door dashing or delivering, you put a little Vicks on your mustache area here. That way you don't smell people's homes. Sometimes, sometimes I deliver people's homes and their houses smell a little bit like animals, like um, cat boxes and stuff like that. I put it on my nose like a druggie. Uh, yes, I am addicted to Vicks Vapor Rub. I have it in my nightstand. I have a couple on my nightstand. I have one here on my desk for. Oh, happy Tuesday, Kevin. Is my area busy? Well, it's raining right now. We had that hurricane that was just went through Texas. I can't remember the name of that hurricane. Um, my area is busy, which is why mostly I don't tell you what exactly city I live in, even though it's not hard to figure out. I don't hide it very well what city I live in. But I don't know. It gets how DoorDash and Uber Eats. It's very competitive, so I don't want to move a lot of people moving to my city and taking my orders. You know what I'm saying? I already get terrible orders with the new tier system. Anyways, I was saying the fixed paper roads. It's important you get the good one. Um, when we used to go to Mexico, we used to go to Mexico. You don't know this, but in the little writing, it says this is a product of Mexico. It's made in Mexico. Those people taking our jobs. Mexico, it's okay if you live in Mexico. Thank you for making Vicks for us, and also I am Mexican, so I don't know how they make this Vicks vapor rub, but they sell two different kinds. They sell a kind that's for exporting to other countries, and then they sell a different kind in Mexico. The one from Mexico is a lot stronger. So if you ever get a chance to go to Mexico, make sure you get some Vicks vapor rub for when you're doing your deliveries. What else were we doing? Okay, what else we talking about here? Oh, I got some free M&Ms on my delivery just yesterday. I had it was two bottles of vodka, two of these, an air freshener, and some granola bars, which I don't eat, which I should probably eat because that would be helpful with my diet. You know what I'm saying? But instead, I'm eating these. They're not very good. I don't know if anybody's tried these. Um, they just basically taste like M&Ms. They're just a little crunchier. You know what I'm saying? But you can't really taste the whole crunchy cookie part. Just the cookie part just tastes like M&Ms. Why do so many people order vodka? We don't need any more vodka. Yeah, so we have how many vodkas do we have? We have like 4 vodkas, right? And 1 tequila that we got from alcohol deliveries. This order just I was on my way there and it just got canceled. So I never even made it to the customer's house. The other ones, typically their ID doesn't scan um, or it's just expired. I get some expired ones sometimes. Oh, or sometimes one time the lady didn't even answer the door. And then once I had closed the app out or was getting ready to return it back to the store, supposedly, she called me and she said, "Bring back my vodka." I'm like, "Well, I can't just bring back your vodka, lady." You know what I'm saying? So I don't drink a lot of vodka. I'm gonna have to make some daiquiris or something. Who was it? Oh, one of my subscribers, Jerry. Hopefully, I can say his name. I'm not saying his last name because I don't know it. He told me I should sell it to a bar. I should sell these. Well, they're sealed. There's a ghost in the other room, saying things. I typed to our ghost. Um, so yeah, they're sealed. Why can I sell these liquor bottles to the? Who doesn't answer the door? No, I'm not gonna go tell. Hey, DoorDash, I'm keeping the liquor and selling it to bars. So, anyway, so I don't have any much juice. I guess like I said, we're gonna make some daiquiris maybe. I do like tequila, but I don't drink it because it makes me too crazy. Um, and it's bad for me. So I don't drink that too much. Let's see what else we got. Oh, I don't know if you guys got a chance to see the KFC gentleman. One of the worst places to go is KFC here. We haven't had KFC maybe in almost a year. Mostly because it's not good. Um, we've ordered stuff and we don't get what we order. Well, if you saw the video from yesterday, the guy was a turkey. Is that okay to say turkey? So he treated me pretty bad. So I don't know what his problem was. I just asked him where my order was. He pointed. He was like, "Good." So I looked over there and I said, "Oh, this one." And he was like, "You can't just be grabbing bags." I'm like, "Well, you pointed at it. You know what I'm saying?" He pointed at the bag. So if you get a chance, if you haven't seen that yet, go watch that and see if I was in the wrong. Usually I'm in the wrong, like the time I ran over that lady's ankle and she said, "My ankle." Oh, KK tells me not to make fun of that lady because it was my fault that I ran over this lady's ankle. Um, see what else. I didn't run over her ankle on purpose. What else we got here? I got can of cashews here. It's very nice for my 6 people that are watching. Let's see. I don't know if you what brand. Oh, I got this for free too. That's why this is here. I'm pretty sure I've got this for free. Some this might have been something that rolled underneath my car. Did it roll underneath the seat? No, because that happens too. One time, some ice cream because I don't tie the bags because it's annoying. I know I should tie the bags for groceries, but whenever we get bags, because we order Walmart a lot, it's annoying when the bags are tied. So I don't try not to tie them. I usually just tie the eggs so that they don't break. Um, so some ice cream rolled underneath my seat on my car. So I don't know if you noticed, but there's like a straw that's been on my floorboard of my car, in the back of my car, for like a week already. So you know what I'm saying? So I don't exactly go through my car because I'm either doing videos or working, not sleeping. I don't take could be sleeping, could be taking naps. I take a lot of naps. Um, where was I? Oh, with the ice cream. So that ice cream was like under my seat for like a week, and I was like, "What the heck's that smell?" My car smelled bad. I'm talking. I don't know. I can't say anything. I can't think of anything that's pretty bad. What would you say is bad? A bad smell there. Moldy milk is what it smelled like. And so I could never figure out where it was coming from. So I finally have, at some point I looked underneath and it was underneath my seat because something else had rolled under there and there was ice cream in there. That's freaking milky and all gross and hot. I'm lucky that wasn't open. You know how they seal the little plastic around it? It wasn't, but it still smells so bad. Oh, it was terrible. So if you do deliveries, maybe tie your bags, your grocery bags, and you know what I try to do? I try to look underneath the seats just to make sure nothing has gotten under there because it happens to me a lot. I don't learn from my mistakes very much. I just don't care, so I just do it. What else have I found under there? I found some hot sauce one time, some barbecue sauce. We make a lot of meals with stuff that I accidentally steal from customers. Not that anybody else should do that. Ask some questions. I can't. There's just anybody else see this stupid heart? You see this heart on there? I don't know how. I can't see. Ask some questions so we don't have to listen to gabbering. Well, yes, I would appreciate some questions to my 6 people that are watching, and 4 of them are me, and 2 are my moderators. So I can answer some questions. I guess I'm the DoorDash expert. Oh, I got about 10,000, almost 10,000 deliveries on DoorDash. Uh, I don't have 1,000 on Uber Eats yet. I'm pretty close, but I have almost 10,000 on DoorDash. Let me see if I could look without showing you my actual. I don't tell you my name either because I don't want to get deactivated. I'm not gonna say who, but some channels got deactivated. And I figured if they don't know my real name, maybe they won't deactivate me. What do you think? Is that a good idea? Because I know some like bigger channels got deactivated. Somebody asked for it. One of those guys asked for it. And then there's the other one, Pedro. I think it's the name of one of the other guys. But I think he got reactivated. So I'm not trying to get deactivated. So I'm at 9,692 subscribers. I'm not subscribers. I wish. Deliveries. Okay, and then also I want to tell you about this bag of chips. Let's see, the Vietnamese chips are very good. It's empty now because my desk has a lot of stuff on it. They're pretty good. That says they're medium hot, not extra hot. I wish they were extra hot. I like them better than Takis because they're not as salty. You know what I'm saying? They don't make my blood. Oh my! There go my people watching. I'm pretty much out of my things to talk about. What stores do you like to go to? Well, I like to go mostly Hy-Vee. I got a lot of people that I've gotten to know at Hy-Vee. I used to hate Meyer. I It's growing on me because the app DoorDash shows you where the stuff is on the aisles. It'll tell you like the aisle number, let you know and where on the aisle it's at. So that really helps a lot. But DoorDash, Hy-Vee, I have the app. So if I ever have a hard time finding anything, I'll look on the app. And if it doesn't help me on the app, I'll ask somebody, and they're actually helpful most of the time there at Hy-Vee. Meyer, not so much. But lately, I feel like maybe they have a new manager and they're telling them how to properly act. So I appreciate Meyer a little bit more. That's really the only two places I go. Meyer. Oh, I go to Big Lots every now and then. I have no idea where stuff is at Big Lots. Oh yeah, I do go to Dollar General a lot. The question was, what stores do you like to go to? Not which ones. Dollar General could be hard because they're always out of stuff. Um, so sometimes people don't put in substitutions for the things that they want. Can you get? KK wants to know if she can get a pet duck. No pet ducks. Um, that's really about it, I guess. I don't. I'm not a junk to talk to you about. Oh, if I didn't tell you, I don't actually have nothing here anymore. It's just my little garbage can that I have in here. I won't open it for you because who wants to see that? Let's see what else we got. So, I guess I should tell you about how initially I got started doing DoorDash. Initially, my wife at the time, she was my wife at the time. My wife at the time did DoorDash, and then we moved to this new city here, Slapperville. And I worked a couple places. One place I worked for like 3 days, 2 to 3 days, and then I hated it. Another place I worked at for Xfinity. I worked there for a couple days, and I was just during training, but they weren't showing me anything, and it was they were showing me I'm supposed to sign people up for cable or something, and they weren't really showing me how. First off, I was short, and the guy was tall, and I had one of those privacy screens over over the monitor, the screen, so I couldn't even see what he was. I couldn't even see what he was typing or what he was doing because it was all from my direction. It was black, so he was just pressing things. I'm just talking to you three because my other I'm down to three. So that's the job that I had. So then my wife at the time got a job doing something, working from home, and then she showed me how to do DoorDash. She's the one that taught me how to do DoorDash and Uber Eats and not to take junk, and that was nice. I didn't take any junk for about 3 years, and then now we got this new tier system that makes me take junk, terrible, awful junk. I get a lot of 3 orders at a time. Before it used to just be just doubles. You know what I'm saying? Like multiple orders, but it's now just up to 3. Or I'll have 3 and then I'll deliver one, and it gives me another one to deliver before the other ones are that are sitting in my car, which is strange. Oh, oh, my batteries are being silly. Oh, oh, I wanted to show you my charger. Where's it at? I also have this charger here. It charges all 3 of my batteries at the same time. You need something like this if you're thinking about doing YouTube videos. So you put your batteries in here, and then you plug it in. It's got a little USB-C port on the end there if you want to do YouTube videos. So you got to do like I told you, those batteries die really quickly, so you'll want to do those. You want to have something like this for your batteries. I don't plug it into my car because Most of the ports in my car don't work anymore because the Stanley's terrible. So I think only one of them works now in the back. So I use it to charge my phone or to air up my tires. KK says she might do videos, YouTube videos of her cats. That's very nice. Um, so that's pretty much it. Sometimes with this new tier system, it takes me to places that I really don't usually go. That's part of the downfalls of taking terrible orders too. Is not just that they're bad tippers, but also that it takes you to bad neighborhoods or to dangerous areas. I try to get away from like the crazier sides of town, especially at night. But sometimes it'll take you really far because the tier system makes you take orders that you don't want to necessarily. So I'll take those, and then I'm in danger. Like that one guy, he was drunk or high. What was it about a week ago? It was about a week ago, and I got out of the car, and he was over at the house across the street, and he was yelling or laughing and talking to himself. So he scared me, and so I before I got to the customer's house, I locked my car, and that made the horn sound go off. So I guess that made him mad that I thought that maybe he's gonna steal my car or something. So then he came over and he was yelling all kinds of nonsense. He wanted to fight or something, or maybe he was telling me about his religion, but I couldn't understand what he was saying. So I was like, "Come on, buddy, I'm just trying to go home, man. I don't want any trouble." But he was so luckily we were playing like, he started to chase me, so I went around the front of the car so that they wouldn't get me. And luckily I didn't do that thing where like in movies where you run away and they always fall down. You ever see that? Like the person will be being chased and somehow they always fall. All right, I'm gonna give this another 8 minutes, and because I'm just talking to myself. What was it? Oh, hi. About my life. Married. What about my life? Oh, that's not interesting, is it? And does that my children are here? Let me see. Well, let me see. I joined the Navy when I was 17, right out of high school. I was a terrible kid in high school, all through school. Except my senior year in high school, I was like, okay, I need to figure something out. I'm not gonna live with my grandparents forever. So um, I became a good student that last year. One of my teachers, his name was Mr. Mitchell. Mitchell, he was in the Navy, and because of him, I joined the Navy. I would come in on the weekends and help him work on making desks for our classes, for our computer class. Um, Remember one time he bought me a shake, and I was like, "Well, what the heck's going on?" He was just like a fatherly figure, and I wasn't used to something like that. I was raised by my grandparents, but my grandpa was older, so he's one of the older generation, so they don't really talk about anything about sports, maybe. Uh, so whenever some guy figure would show any kind of interest, I would see them like as a fatherly figure. So I joined the Navy because of him. When I was 17, a couple of weeks after I graduated high school, um, I was in boot camp. Now, thinking about my daughters, I would have never signed them because my grandma had to sign a permission slip to let me join because I was only 17. And I don't think I would have done. I'm starting to think my grandparents didn't like me. Why would they do this to me? They'd say, "No, you can't join the military at 17. You got to wait till you're 18 at least." You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't sign for my daughters to join when they were 17. I'd say you have to wait till you're old enough. But they were happy to see me go, I guess. So I went, and then couple years later, a a couple months, maybe about 6 months before I got out of the Navy. Before I got out of the Navy, I met my wife at the time. I met my children's mother, and so I think I've talked about her before. That if I hadn't joined the Navy, I'd still be living at home with my grandparents. Well, they're not alive anymore, but I'd be still living in that small town in California, and there's nothing to do there. Um, Also, if my mom were still alive, I would still be living there because I would have never left my mom. I was a big mama's boy. Because my dad he went out and bought cigarettes one day and never came back. Getting guy, I think he just got lost. He went out to get some Pall Malls and never came back. So anyway, what about frijoles? What are you saying, child? My children are talking about frijoles. So then I lived near St. Louis for a long time, working at a packaging company. Then we moved to Arizona, where I worked at the Sterling. I don't know if you see my videos, but I'm always critiquing the Sterilite products. They're plastic products. They make trash cans, like totes, laundry baskets, all kind of things. And so whenever I see them, I have to make sure that they look like they're supposed to. Because it was my job a little bit. I wasn't quite a quality control person, but I was like the second person behind them. So whenever I see Sterilite products in stores, whenever I do a lot of shoppers, you'll see that in my videos sometimes. That I'll check their labels, make sure they're straight, make sure they're not any plastic hanging off, or there are any holes in them, or dirty, because they get a lot of grease on those things sometimes. So then after that, Kega doesn't like for me to tell, so I'll tell you a little bit. I was working at Sterilite, and she got sick, so we had to move to a bigger city near Phoenix, Mesa, because that's where her hospital was. She doesn't care. Well, I don't talk about it much. I don't know if I talk about them, but I don't talk about it that much. She had stomach cancer, and so we were there for almost a year in Mesa, and then they did chemo. We moved to Phoenix because it was like a 5-hour drive in my driving. So we drove there, so finally we just moved up there. So she did chemo, she did radiation, um, and that why she has a little bit of trouble walking now because of the chemo messed up the nerves in her feet or something. I don't know what it's called. It's not important. She's over here telling me stuff. So anyway, that's how we ended up here in Slepperville. We didn't want to move back to Arizona because it's so hot. I don't know if just Phoenix is hot too, but it was really hot. And so we moved here because we were gonna travel the whole country after she was cleared of her cancer. She still goes for scans every year now, I think it is, right? Or I think it's every 6 months still. But we don't have a Del Taco here in Slepperville. We wish they did. They don't have a Del Taco. They don't have a Jack in the Box. They don't have a Pollo Loco. So that's terrible. We miss those places. Anyway, food here mostly is terrible too. The Mexican restaurants aren't very good here in Slepperville. I think it's because people here don't like to have spicy food. It's all very bland. The Mexican food here. Um, I don't do a lot of. I used to do a lot of grilling, but not so much anymore because it rains a lot. So the American restaurants here aren't good either. Well, that's true. I don't know if you've noticed, but whenever I go into restaurants, do you see how empty they are? They're always empty. They're like Homestyle Cafe will have people in, but like I was gonna say Carl's Jr. Hardee's is always empty. The McDonald, all the places are always Chick-fil-A will be full. They always have people, but most restaurants here don't. A lot of people don't eat at the restaurants. I think it's because of the terrible service that we have in this city. Um, kind of like that KFC guy. I wanted to give him a good. Like, he made me cuss. I don't cuss. Well, I cuss a little bit. I wasn't gonna. Nita says I'm giving Perpner. Oh, Dukes. I almost said her real name, which Nita isn't her real name either. But huh? Yo, some lady in there making me cuss. We're having an out, and we had an In-N-Out in where I lived in Arizona. I think we went there twice, and we lived there 12 years. Should I just say where we used to live? We don't live there anymore. Okay, I'll say where we used to live. We used to live in Lake Havasu, Arizona, and they have a In-N-Out there, and we went there maybe twice. Huh? Yeah. Well, not this lady in the room is telling me. Oh, she's making me mad. She don't want to be in here, but she's in there in the room telling stuff. It was maybe 4 times. I remember going there one time with the dogs, and then they were all dying of heat stroke. And then a couple other times we went. It was always real busy. We had a Wiener Schnitzel. Wiener Schnitzel was good. Um, but we had a lot of snowbirds, a lot of people from other cities that travel from the colder cities. They travel to Lake Havasu. They had pretty good shakes. There was Thrifty's ice cream place. They had the better shakes. Also, there was a roach at Hy-Vee the other day. Did you see that roach? That was a roach. It came from that man's leg. I saw it crawling down his leg, but I didn't want to say anything. Huh?
You really?
No. But it was like crawling, and I told the lady behind me, I was like, "Hey, you want to watch out? There's a roach." I do gossip a lot, because why not? Gossiping's fun. And what else? Let me see. Oh, there's that one lady. I don't know her name. That she's supposed to be the one, but she only works like 1 day a week. I think her name's Tracy.
Yeah.
Her name's not what?
And 2 of them are you?
Let's see what else. Yeah, she's doing good. She has a little trouble walking from the chemo. What is that called? What's that? What a fixture? Neuropathy.
Yeah.
So it's neuropathy. So so sometimes like if she needs to go really far places, we'll go and we'll use the wheelchair. But we don't usually anymore. We don't usually go places too crazy around here. There's the fair's coming up next month, so we'll probably go to that, and I'll do some singing um, at the fair. Yeah, we're gonna go maybe just to eat and then do some singing. Like I said, I'm gonna do they have singing competitions, and I'm gonna go sing in Spanish. But I don't think they'll appreciate that. Yeah, I'll drink some vodka and then I'll sing. That's how you know it's gonna be good. Let's see what else we got. What else we got? My oldest daughter's married. She lives in Texas. She did really good when KK was. We had to travel very far to Phoenix and stuff, and she would have watched Dukes. My youngest daughter, she would have watched her, so she did really good. I would have 6 viewers if my daughter would be watching them right now. 2 of my daughters are watching, but the other one doesn't watch. She's subscribed, but she's never watched any of my videos. Is she great? I'm like, can you get your husband to watch? Maybe your husband will watch my videos. But he doesn't watch them either because you know why? He has a YouTube video and he has less subscribers than I do. Yep. He has YouTube channel doesn't have any subscribers. He has like, I don't know, 60. And I have like I'm up to like 538. She got no life and she has no time. Very nice to say about you. Oh, she has time. Oh, okay. I can't see this stupid heart. If somebody knows, get rid of this heart. Here, I'll click on the heart. Why is this heart here? What does this do? Does it mean I like it?
You're sending hearts to your own life.
Well, somebody has to. Let's see what else. Marcy. If you guys watch my videos, you know that Marcy's one of my favorites. When I first moved here, I probably would have never talked to her. I know. I don't. I didn't assume anybody would watch my lives. I do premieres all the time, and nobody watches them. Am I a grandpa yet? No. I don't think she wants to have kids. The one that's married, I don't think she wants to have them. She was the oldest, so she kind of helped with the kids a lot. The youngest two, so she had a lot of responsibilities. Poor kid, because I don't know what I was doing. We didn't know what we were. Well, their mom might have known what they were doing, but I didn't. So I gave a lot of delegated instructions to my daughter to take care of the kids. Most of the times the little one Dukes would be running around on the floor, so we would just walk over her and stuff. She had like a little plastic strawberry. We found some home videos, and she was just on the ground, chewing on this big old plastic strawberry.
She didn't even look to be 1.
And we called her Dukes. No, we called her Pete. And we had forgotten we called her Pete, so she was Pete for some reason. I'm planning on doing these lives maybe every Tuesday night like this. Hopefully, maybe I should talk more about these lives, or post something so that people know I'm doing lives.
Get the grandcats. Cat cat.
Well, see, I was saying, I think her husband, my daughter's husband, wants to have children, but I don't think she does. I told her if she doesn't, if people don't want to have kids, they shouldn't have kids. You shouldn't be forced to have kids because you're just gonna be miserable. Um, so um, don't if you don't want to have kids, don't have kids. Don't let your husband have three daughters make you have three daughters. You know what I'm saying? because because you want to have kids. So let's see the other ones. I don't know if they're interested in having kids. That's not something I talked about. They talk about every now and then. KK talks about adopting, maybe adopting a kid. Uh, thank you. That's very nice, Mary. And Nita Dukes. I keep calling her Nita because that's her actual nickname, but we call her Dukes. We don't call any of our kids here by their actual name, so I couldn't tell you what their real names are. She was Dukes was Pete. We're like, why did we call this kid Pete? And who is this kid? So when sometimes we talk about adopting kids just for the money, but we figure that's not right. So we don't. So we don't do that. Because I know some people, they have that are like on aid sometimes, and so they have kids so they could stay on it. Is that a thing?
Yes.
So anyway, we thought about adopting kids for the money, but then like I said, we decided against that.
Because it costs more to have a kid than.
Lady, if you don't stop talking. And then so we recently lost our dog, Plops. He didn't have his name either. His name was Plops, but I don't think we ever called him Plops for more than a week. He went from Lardo because he was a big dog, but he was missing his one front leg, so he's a tripod doggy. So he went from Lardo. He went from mostly Googie. Don't ask why he was called that. Our dog before him was Punchy. Now he was the bestest dog. Googie was a pretty good dog, but Punchy was the bestest dog. He was more. We raised him as a puppy. I'll tell you a story about my dog, Punchy. So there's this lady who I used to work at a truck stop. I used to work at a Love's truck stop in California, and she used to breed dogs. She used to breed pugs, and one of the other dogs that she was used to breed got into the pugs section area, and they made puppies. I don't know how they're made. I think you just write a letter to Santa Claus, and then they have puppies. So the dog had these dogs that weren't purebred anymore. So she was telling people about it, and we wanted a dog, so we got this dog, and I was stuck in the cooler at this Love's truck stop, and this lady brought in this dog, and all the ladies in the store came over to pet this dog because he was such a cute dog. And then I was looking at the window and out the cooler, and I could say, "Man, I wish that was my dog." You know what I'm saying? So all the ladies would like me and my dog, because that's what you do. You take your kids out or your grandkids if they ever have them, and they say, "Oh, the baby," and then the ladies. Then you talk to the ladies, all right? So I was like, "Well, I wish that was my dog." And then I came out, and it was my dog. So we had him for a long time. His name was Bones because he was a little sickly at first. So of course we changed his name to Punchy, White Punchy. Why don't we call Rocky because of the Rocky movies? Um, Rocky and Rocky Balboa, the sixth one. Rocky had a dog and his name was Punchy. So we named him Punchy, and he was the bestest boy. He was like my son, our son. Uh, no, I wasn't ugly. Googie was ugly, but he was a cute ugly. So he was a good boy. It was so funny because you know how if you ever try this, if you ever pretend you have a dog. Let me finish my dog story first, Mary. If you ever pretend like you're hurting somebody in your family, the dog will come over and attack that person that's attacking your family member, right? So I would do that to Dukes, and he would attack me. I would do it to KK, and he would attack me. I would do it to my oldest daughter, which I'm going to say her name is Jessie. That's her nickname too, by the way. And he would attack Jessie. So he didn't like Jesse so much. Me, I'm like, okay, we're attacking. I think he felt like he was her older brother, so he attacked her whenever we pretend attacked her. You know what I'm saying? Instead of helping her, he would like, okay, this is my time. Get rid of this bee. So, okay. So Mary asked, "What's the best memory you have of your mom?" So I just talked about it a little bit. I have a lot of memories of my mom. She passed when I was 11, but I still have a lot of memories of her. So I talked a little bit of the singing at the fair. So what my mom would do, my mom was a really good singer, and so we would go to the Cinco de Mayo celebration at the park every year, and we would tell her, "Mom, please don't sing." "Oh no, Mom, please don't sing." And she'd say, "Okay, I'm not gonna sing. I'm not gonna sing." You know, they have singing competitions, and so she said, "Okay, I'm not gonna sing." So every now and then she said, "Okay, I'm gonna go to the bathroom." So then she'd go to the bathroom and she'd come back and she'd have a beer in her hand or whatever. So then after like a few, did we lose her again? Okay, she's probably gonna get another beer. But no, now she's on the stage singing. She would say she's not gonna sing. And now I wouldn't be embarrassed that she would be singing because I said she was a good singer. So I would be proud that she was up there singing, but I was a kid, so I was ashamed that she was up there singing because she would win sometimes. You know what I'm saying? She would actually get the trophies and stuff and pose with the trophies, and we have pictures of her posing with a little placard that she had won. Um, and then also, she was so bad. My mom, we would go to church, and then like the ladies that sang so kind of bad, she would make fun of. She would make fun of the ladies at the church. Um, because she knew she was a good singer, and so she could mimic the way the other ladies sing. Like, oh, this one sings like this, whoa, or whatever, and this one sings this way. And so I guess that's one of the memories of my mom. Oh, one more memory I got to tell you about her. It's got nothing to do with that. I had forgotten. So we didn't have a car when I was a kid. So we would walk to the store a lot, to the grocery store or to the convenience store or whatever it was. And every now and then, my mom would just want to go with me. Sometimes she would go with just my brother, but most of the time it was with me. But sometimes she didn't want my brother to come. So he would follow from like way behind. And I'd forgotten this. My cousin Monica told me about it years later, like years ago, maybe not a couple of years ago, because I had forgotten. She don't talk to me anymore. But my cousin Monica, don't talk to me. Anyway, so she was like, "Do you remember when?" So my brother wasn't allowed to come, so she would yell at him to go back home. And then when he wouldn't go back home, she would throw rocks at him. She, my mom would throw rocks at my brother. I mean, not hit him, but she like, "Hey, go back, go home," and she would throw rocks at him. Poor guy. That's the way he is because of that. I can't imagine my mom throwing rocks, but it's funny now. I imagine if we adopted kids, we would say, "Hey, get out of here. We just want you."
No.
No, don't do that. Kids need to be adopted, and I think if we ever did adopt a baby or kid, we would uh, love it very much, them very much, because I was very young when I had my kids, so I wish I'd been a little bit older maybe when I had them. I mean, Dukes used to go for the first year that I did DoorDash. Dukes went with me. Back when the car still had AC, she would go with me. She would tell me which orders to take, which ones not to take. She would get mad at me when I took the bad ones, or when I didn't take some. Sometimes the shoppers who had a lot of items, I would not take them. She would tell me to take them, and she would get mad at me. Oh, we would fight sometimes. We would laugh. One time we'd cry. One time she yelled at me and it made me cry. So then she started crying because she has tender feelings. So once the car lost its AC, pretty much stopped taking them. KK used to go with me. One time I delivered to this hotel. I don't know if you'll see it in the background every now and then. It's a really high hotel, and it's out in the bad part of town. And I came out the wrong end, and I left her parked out there, and it was not the safest area. So I stopped taking them at night for a while because I had to run it all the way around the block just to get over there, and it wasn't safe. So sometimes, like I said, you got to be careful here where you go, who you deliver to. I think the biggest thing is you have to be aware. Like sometimes I leave the car running Most of the time I don't. You'll hear the beeping sound on my alarm because I lock it. Not that I have anything in there, and I kind of wish they would steal my car because I could get a new one and get the insurance money. But and I feel like if they stole it, they would just return it because they're like, this car sucks. I'm driving with a big old bolt on my back tire, so that I'm not gonna take it out because it's not the air's not coming out. But the other tire I got plugged. Just about every second day, I have to put air in it because it leaks because of the temperature change. Makes the air in the tire go out. So, oh, also, I don't know if it helps anybody. Hopefully, you don't live in my city. Whenever I call support, I call the Spanish line. Just so you know, the Spanish line people speak English because they have to. I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying you should do that. But I'm just saying that the Spanish line people aren't as busy as the other people, and I can understand their accents. So if you know what I'm saying, see, I'm helpful. I'm not very helpful on my deliveries. It's mostly about meeting the people and stuff like that. But you learn something every now and then. Call the Spanish line people; they speak English, and you can understand their accents better. So, and of course I talk to them in Spanish too, so that helps. Um, I guess that's gonna be about it, huh? What do you think? We should call it a day till next Tuesday. So I give a chance to tell more people to watch besides three. Uh, or what do we got? Four, six. Oh, six is pretty good. Yeah, six is pretty good. Usually on my premieres, it's just my two daughters, me, and my fake one. So that's four. Oh, I lost one. Where'd you go? Oh,
I thought you were wrapping up.
oh yes, I am wrapping up. Okay, I guess I should tell you where I got driver like you stole it. One last story. We were driving one time. I used to drive. I have a really long car, Pontiac G6, really long. So you have to pull, make a wide turn to pull into your parking spot. And I was trying to go around um, to pull into the parking spot. Yeah, I'll tell you in a second. Um, and some guy in a limo, he used to live in our apartments, and he almost hit us because he was trying to pass me, and I was doing the wide turn. And this dude got out of his car and came over to my window, and I was still. Well, you've seen me when stuff happens. Like the guy at KFC, I was really nice to the guy. He was yelling at first, and I was nice to him. So this guy comes to my window, and I was like, "What's going on? If you're gonna drive it, you gotta drive it like you stole it." I was like, "What the heck does that even mean? I've never heard this. I've never heard this term. What does that mean?" So he was like, "You gotta drive it like you stole it. If you're gonna drive it like you stole it." And that was 2000, 2010 maybe. So that's where that comes from. Okay, I'm gonna go. Spanish was my first language, Mary. Just so you know, I I think Head Start, kindergarten is when I started to speak English. We didn't speak English in our household, except for my brother and I. We would go to Mexico and we would say, okay, let's not talk English because they look at us funny. Because they thought that we were acting like we were better than them, but we weren't. We loved going to Mexico. We always had a good time, so we would talk Spanish there. So yeah, I don't talk Spanish in my house because nobody speaks Spanish. I didn't teach my daughter Spanish, so hopefully they'll watch my DoorDash videos and they can see that I teach them how to say what did I teach? What was it? Oh, tomorrow's video that you're gonna see is how to say Thomas in Spanish. It's just Tomas. Because I didn't know how to say bagels in Spanish, so um, I always teach you easy words, but it'll be helpful. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. If you just showed up and I'm leaving, I'm sorry. I was thinking maybe like an hour and a half, but I can only talk about so much. Mary was very nice to ask me questions, and if you have any more questions, I'll give it another 1 minute. Like I said, I'm not sponsored by Vicks Vapor Rub, but if you, this is very helpful. If you have trouble, yeah, if you have mosquito bites, thanks, lady who is in my house. Who's this lady? What is she talking to me about? It's very good for mosquito bites. They're trying to ruin me here. This is the whole theme of my channel. Finding a new wife. I do say I didn't lie because I said a new wife. So that's not technically lying because I didn't say I'm finding a wife. It's a new wife. All right. I'll see you next video, everybody. Don't forget to drive it like you stole it. And hopefully I'll get better at this. I was going to play like a little trailer or something. And maybe next time. I even got moderator. I got 2 moderators. Maybe I could have more moderators. I don't really need more moderators because everybody behaved. Yeah, nobody was bad today except for maybe me. Talking about the poor adopted children. All right. See you next video, everybody. How do I turn this off here? I don't know how to turn this off. How does this work? What is this? Do I press here? Share screen? What does that do? I don't want to share the screen. What the? Oh, what is this? Oh, all right. All right. See you later, everybody.